allowed to keep 90% of our IGF. So we are mobilizing. We are doing a lot of changes in order to be able to generate enough to keep the center going. Of late, we were relying only on training, or what I should say, capacity building. Right now, we have expanded our horizon. When the center was established in 2003, its mandates were threefold: capacity building or training, research and development, and then consultancy. But we had been dwelling very much on only the training, leaving the other two sides. So when it became so difficult, budgetary allocations were not forthcoming, and training was dwindling because of a lot of training establishments and institutions, it became really impossible. So the then Director General had no option but to resort to this action. Right now, we are setting up a state-of-the-art software facility, which we believe will be able to develop software, compete effectively with the private sector to generate enough revenue. All what we are looking for is regulations and the correct framework that will enable us to generate revenue.
Aside the fact that you did not send the money or transfer the money that was so generated to consolidated fund, you rather apply it to do most of the things that you expected money from the government, but because they were not forthcoming, you had to rely on the IGF. But you knew it was wrong.
Yes, sir.
It was wrong. So in that year in question, 2015, the amount that was approved for you to use for compensation was 1.5 million Ghana cedis. And then the release was just 1 million against 1.5. So how then you ended up paying just what was released to you? So what happened to the arrears? Because you budgeted to spend in excess of 1.5 million to pay workers, but release fell short of what was approved and released.
Mr. Chairman, all our salaries were paid, so we didn't have a problem with that.
So how come you budgeted more than what you paid? Remember, you budgeted to spend 1.5 million, and government, actually they approved 1.5 million, but you budgeted to spend 1.8 in the first place. And the release that came was 1 million in excess, just let's say 1 million Ghana cedis. So how come? So you over budgeted? You added a slack?
Yeah, you know, during that time we had problem with that was the time that Kofi Annan Centre had to move into the single span. And there was a lot of challenges with regard to that. We weren't able to get the market premium. So we were allowed to provide some incentives and packages that will enable us retain our staff. So that actually contributed to that excess.
Okay, so we've heard you that you are putting systems in place, regulations, and all that you need to do. And then you now have approval to retain as much as 90% of your IGF for operations. So let's respect the laws of the land. There's a very good reason why we say pay in bulk to the fund and then apply based on a procedure to get what you need to run. So don't take money for and on behalf of government and decide to use it the way you want to use it just because government fund is not forthcoming.